I just wanted to make sure that we could see. Alrighty. So, we are at Louise's house. Oh, and you automatically have a light with this app. Anyway, sorry.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because with your normal camera, you don't get the light, but with this one, you do. So, explain what's going on.
Okay, so I'm Cher's teammate
What?
in Beyond the Grave.
Okay, so all this stuff that you're seeing here, this is all dust flying around?
Yeah.
But there was an anomaly, like a big one that just came floating at me.
So I was gonna tell you, so the night that this first started to bother me, my son and I were sitting here watching a movie. We were watching Halloween, because it was new one we haven't seen yet. And my dog was laying over there by the movie shelf, and where she's gonna lay down, nope, she was. She was laying over there on the movie shelf, or by it, and she was growling. So of course my son's first reaction was to get her to come over to him, pet her, get her to calm down, and have her lay back down. So by the second time she had done it, I told him not to, because I wanted to see why. There was nobody else up in the house. There was no people outside. There was nothing else going on, just us and the TV, and she would just lay there and growl. And this had been going on. He said he had heard her doing it a night or two before that as well, so it was probably about 3 days. She'll either lay in front of my couch or she'll lay beside the chair, and she'll growl. Normally she's looking towards the door or the basement. But the interesting factor about my house, we have been offline for a while because we've had a lot of stuff going on. My mother-in-law actually passed away a month ago, which was part of my out for this, as well as Cher being out. And this furniture is actually hers. So this is her couch, her sofa, love seat, whatever you want to call it, and her recliner chair. Behind the sofa is a, what did they call that, an island. Don't mind the beer can, my husband didn't clean up very well. This island and benches, or stools, are hers as well. So the only thing different in this house, in this room, is these things.
Well, I got the chills.
I have Cher's mom's chair actually in the corner over there. The wicker chair is her mother's. So my kids like to make fun of me and tell me that I have a lot of dead people stuff in my house. So I mean, other than that, and attending funerals and graveyards, possible I could have brought something back with me, I don't know. But my dog has been very uncomfortable. And it's not the first time. And it started to kind of get to us because for a pet owner, if you don't know what's going on with your dog, how can you help it or protect it? So I don't know what she's seeing, I don't know what she's feeling, but I know she's very uncomfortable. So I had brought this up to Char, and because we do these things on normal, I thought that maybe it would be a good idea to check this out and see what we could figure out.
Yeah.
So, not that you think you're going to do it in your own home, but sometimes...
Right, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Destiny's already had her house done as well, so it's becoming more popular than you think.
Alrighty, so what do you want to do? You want to try the spirit box and see if we get...
Sure.
Alrighty.
Now I have asked everybody to keep it down, so hopefully they don't interfere with us.
And we'll hit reverse on that. And we'll hit on. Just a little bit. All right. Okay. Is there anybody here? Lois, are you here?
Oh, and I know what I was going to tell you. So when we were watching that night, we were watching her growling. I have a home monitoring system that I had set up recently, and I turned on my phone because in the monitoring screen, it's actually like a 10-second delay where my phone is actually live. and at the back of the couch, I had seen a white thing go through, and I thought, okay, well, maybe it's dust particles because we were moving around. We had blankets out. It could have been fuzzies. It could have been anything. But it kept happening, like, repeatedly. And I think in one of my text messages to you, I had said my dog's growling and freaking out, and it's freaking me out.
Yeah.
And I also said that I had saw what looked like an orb, but I didn't know if maybe it was dust, because we have a hard time differentiating that with some of the particles that move around. You might get tricked and think that it's one thing that it's not. But I had this happen 3 times within seconds. So, and it was shooting different ways. So it's not like where dust falls down where there's no breeze and it just settles. This was actually going out and then back out. So I was kind of curious about that as well.
Alrighty.
Really weird. When you're talking and you're just shooting a random video, you're so calm, but when it's about your own stuff, you're so nervous.
I know. Alright, so do you want to ask her if she's here?
Not really. Sure. Mom, are you here? Are you here because we have some items that were yours? Or are you watching over us?
Yeah, we'll have to listen to that back and see.
Yeah. Is there a message that you would like to send us? Maybe something that you would like to tell Daryl?
Not a whole lot going on with the spirit box. Alright, so you want to just shut you off, and maybe we'll tour around downstairs where some of her things are.
Yes. So as well, in this stuff that we've accumulated, I have yet to have any of my children go through personal effects that we brought back. So it's the 19th, so we've only really been with the stuff for about 18 days. However, it has only been touched once when we were looking for a couple of things. I guess that has its own light on it. You don't need one, right? So don't mind the mess. Like I said, we haven't had a chance to go through much. It's just a lot of stuff that my kids need to figure out.
Alrighty. Like I can say, oh, you know what, we didn't catch a whole lot, but you don't know what you catch until you listen back, because you might get voices.
Very true. Your daughter had actually made a video one time, and just explaining a simple bathroom in a very nice lodge. And
Old.
Yeah.
Lots of history.
That had history, yeah, and she had caught a few different sentences, not just words, which was kind of neat, because we do a lot of EVPs, which is our voice recorders, not necessarily the spirit box, and we catch things on there. But to have someone just making a video
To show us a room that we were going to rent.
Yeah.
Because she worked at the place.
And you just hear my house and
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of creepy when she's not even trying. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the best ones that you catch. All right, I've got the chills. Like, I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
My
can see
legs.
that. I got goosebumps. My hair standing up. Like, this is all her personal things that's here. Like her shoes, her jewelry, all her crafting stuff.
Her slippers that my daughter bought her for Christmas.
Yeah, her knitting things. Like, she's crazy for knitting. She's got a
crafty.
like,
The amount of stuff I could have spent time. Well, you were with me
yeah.
when we packed up her apartment. Char was nice enough to come with me, and that's what we do. I helped her with her mom's stuff as well, but It was a lot. Like, she did so many different crafts and so many different things, and all the stuff to try and go through in what you think a day would be enough time, and it seemed like hours. We had been there for pretty much almost 8-10 hours just trying to figure everything out, but to try and take somebody's life and put that all into
The back of a U-Haul?
back of a U-Haul truck and drive it home. I mean, that weekend was hectic enough because I was moving both my daughters as well that weekend. So it was like unload all of this stuff with furniture, load up the girls' stuff, move it, and then go to the next place and load up, and then had to come back and put all her stuff back on the truck so we had space in our house. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, hectic for sure.
But to try and fit everything in and grab what you think, because all of my kids couldn't afford.
The closer I get to this, the more the hair stands up. And I didn't have this issue with it the night that we were actually looking for stuff and pulling it apart, but now that I'm standing here, the closer I get to it, the more the hair stands up on my arms, and I don't understand why.
Well, my daughter told me that she sensed her at her apartment, and her 4-year-old son had come to her and said, Mommy, Nana can't open my door. And she was like, Nana? What Nana? Because my mother-in-law lived very far away, so we didn't see her as often as we would my mom who lives with me, which is Gigi. And he said, Nana. So she asked, what Nana? And he said, you know, the Nana that was really old and her body got sick and stopped working and she died. And my daughter, I have goosebumps. My daughter just was like, she's at my house? So she's made appearances through the children. I haven't physically seen her, but we have enough stuff here. I wouldn't be surprised if
Something
she's
keeps touching my ear.
stuck with it. That shelf unit back there is actually his father's. His father passed away about 10, 11 years ago. That was something homemade. Don't mind the noodles. That was my son. That was homemade by him. There's a couple of those. Daryl has one as a dresser as well. Oh yeah, her pictures are here. Her Santa Claus,
I seen that over here.
Christmas stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of hoping that I figure something out for my poor dog.
Yeah, it's weird that she's just acting that way.
And I guess I should say too, it's not like my dog is very vocal or very rambunctious.
No, Heidi's pretty quiet.
She is the most chillest dog I've had, including my Pomeranian. So she's pretty chill. So for her to be growling and talking like that, or acting like that, sorry, is alarming, but at the same time.
Alrighty, well maybe we'll just sit.
That's my husband coughing before you hear that and think you've caught something.
Right. Sit and maybe ask some questions. And see if she's here.
Sure.
Yeah, Daryl's really hacking up a lung in there.
Yes, he is. It's the factory life.
Okay, what is that?
Which?
It's gotta be...
I'm sorry?
Dude, I just saw an orb fly around the back of the... And it's not... That wasn't dust. I'm too far away for that. I just saw an orb go through the back of this little jewelry thing right around the back. I'm gonna have to watch that back.
Was it my cards? When I had my cards read, she was all concerned about her jewelry
Yeah.
and what she was gonna wear.
I
and
swear
her
to
hair.
God, I saw like a small little orb go around the back of that little jewelry packet.
That whole thing is half, not even, probably a quarter of her jewelry. So I'm not surprised. Let me move a couple things.
Yeah, like there's a lot of dust flying around, but that was totally different than what I've been seeing.
Well, and I had started to clean this out because, this is her rocking chair that we had actually picked up a long time ago when she was getting rid of some of her stuff when my grandbabies were still little. So I have enough of her stuff in my house. I had actually cleaned down here because we were making this a rec room before all of this happened and I needed to offload some stuff. So when I'm down here, I just feel stressed because it's so much to still do.
I know.
And my husband's still coughing.
Alrighty. So you want to ask some questions, see if we catch something?
Sure. Well, first off, I guess, is my dog seeing you in human form, or are you one of the orbs? I don't know exactly how all of that fits in together. I know there's a lot of unfinished business, and I'm not gonna get into a whole lot of that, but is there something that you want to share with us that you would like us to maybe help you with? Maybe figure out some answers for you yourself? Or are you here with Dad and just enjoying the fact that you can actually walk and run
And breathe.
breathe well? What you couldn't do when you were here? Maybe you're here with your sons. 2 of my brother-in-laws have passed as well, so maybe you guys are all here just kind of hanging out. It's like a safe house or something. Do you feel safe here?
Lois, if you're here, can you move something? Can you let us know you're here? There's so much dust flying around.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It doesn't help that this was in the garage where his workshop is
All
before I
the-
brought it down
Yeah,
here. So
all the sawdust. That was the door dinging.
yeah, that's my home security system. Again, somebody's coming in and out. I really would have liked to have caught my puppy growling to give you an exact feeling of what it is like when you're sitting there and you feel helpless for her. That is her nails.
Hudson's nails on the floor.
Not a lot of insulation between A and B.
Are you upset that your things have been all split up and moved around? And it was quite an unexpected death as well.
Yes. We had spoke with her, well, we had been up twice. We were up for her birthday, which is never something that she actually enjoys because my father-in-law passed on her birthday. So she kind of dipped
Something
out of
keeps
birthdays.
touching my head.
Sorry, I can't see anything but light, so I'm not sure what's around you. So we were up for her birthday, and then because she was having some issues with her stability, she was falling a lot, so we had went up to check out a retirement home for her that offered some services to help her out, because she lived 2.5 hours away. 2 of us are down here, 1 is up there, being her son's, and it was getting hard for him to be able to be everywhere at the same time and work to pay his bills and da-da-da-da. So we had went up to check out a home, and then we came back home and Mother's Day came, so we called her. Her middle son was there with her when we called, and her oldest son had come that evening to repot some flowers for her that she had gotten for Mother's Day. And the next morning, the lady came to bath her, and she saw her through the window sitting in the chair, and she wasn't moving. She was non-responsive. So they called 911. The police came, protocol. They had to kick the door in so the EMS could go in, and they tried to resuscitate her, and she was already gone. So it happened that fast. We don't know if it was during the night, if she had sat up. You know, she was on an oxygen machine. She had a lot of health issues that were still undetermined. They also found a tumor on her lung, and they were trying to figure out if it was cancerous. They had thought maybe they wanted to do a second biopsy, but she didn't make it that far. So there was a lot of underlying stuff that was happening, but the amount of visiting that she had and the amount of time that people were spending with her, even her two other sons, when they saw her physically, they said she didn't look any different than she did before. So they were just as shocked that it had happened that fast. But the last coroner phone call we had, they were pretty sure that it was a heart attack. So
very unexpected.
right. And I mean, that could
And
have came
sometimes-
at any time, because she
Right.
had heart issues years and years before that, but nothing recently led to anyone believing that she would
Right,
have had
because
heart
she was
problems.
going full force. She was going to go for treatment, and
Yeah.
so this came unexpectedly. So
Yeah.
sometimes unexpected deaths, they don't know that they're dead, and they kind of hang around and like, well, why is my stuff gone, and why have you got my things, and
Yeah.
so I don't know. That's a theory that they say. So I don't know. Maybe she's haunting everybody
It's possible.
because the girls have some of her things.
Yeah.
The brothers, the sons have some of the things.
Yes.
So I wonder if she's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, because my daughters, we had just literally the other day went through the jewelry that was handed to me after the funeral. Was a locket that my oldest daughter was to get with a set of her wedding rings that she was supposed to give to her so she could use them for next year when she has her wedding. My other daughter got a ring, and my son. So I still have a couple upstairs that were, I have goosebumps. I have a couple upstairs that were taken off of her and put in the jar. So I have those for, they won't fit me because her fingers were so little, but maybe get a chain, you know, it's still fresh. It's only been a month,
Yeah.
right? But as far as the other boys, yeah, everybody has went through and kind of picked out in the apartment. So everybody's got a little bit of something of some sort.
Yeah.
She's spread out pretty good.
Yeah. And like I said, if it was really unexpected,
Oh, and
because she was expecting, like I said, to go through treatment and be
Yeah.
around for a long time still.
Oh yeah.
She had plans to do in 2 years.
Yeah, she wanted to, she has a trailer, and she wanted to pay her taxes after that long weekend. She wanted to ride out to the campsite to pay her taxes.
And pay her fees, her
And
trailer
her
fees, yeah.
to get that caught up. So that was one thing on her to-do list. Her other was her doctor's appointment she was supposed to have on Friday. She was going to talk to him about the second biopsy and set that up. And she wanted to ask a little more information about what they thought the tumor was based on the first biopsy, so if she could figure out treatment, because she said
Oh yeah, she had lots of plans still to
Yeah.
go. Yeah,
Yeah.
so she was not planning on dying.
No.
Alrighty, well Lois, if you're here and you want to show us that you're here, you can give us a sign that you're here. Santa Claus has bells over there, I do believe.
Yeah.
You want to jingle a bell. Normally, at this point, I would antagonize. I know a lot of people don't agree with antagonizing, but I don't want to antagonize your mother-in-law.
You know, it's okay. Like, I'm okay with
Sometimes
it.
I'll do that just to get a response.
It's okay. This is actually someone you know, so you probably could push the buttons versus when you're just trying to.
Well, she was the type that, you know, if she had something to say, she'd say it, but
Absolutely. Straight out. And she had no filter.
no. Oh, that's why I think I liked her so much, because she was like me. She just didn't care. Say what you gotta say. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Did you hear that? Back in the corner, you didn't hear that?
No.
You know what it sounds like when a mouse runs, and I know you don't have mice. When a mouse
Seriously, what?
runs over, I know. But I heard something back here.
Okay.
Can you
well,
move something?
Do it again.
Do it again.
That was you.
Oh my God, my arms, I got chills again. Do it again. No, Santa Claus doesn't have bells. My Santa Claus has bells.
Yes, that's-
What the hell just dripped on me?
Do you have to show my ceiling? It's very unfinished.
Dude, you've got nothing that's dripping. I just got a drip on my thumb.
Oh no, that's piping.
Yeah, that's not,
No.
and on my arm, what the hell? How am I getting wet? There's nothing up here. I just had 2 drips drip on me.
No.
That's heating.
Yeah, that's heating because the water ones are on this side. You're not
Like
even
this
close
is
to
directly above me. What the hell? One on my thumb and one right here. Okay, move something if you're here. Come on, I know you can do it. Doesn't have to be anything big. You can just move this bag, look. Look how easy that is right there.
I was thinking, what about the beads? There's enough beads in there. You could move something. Jewelry over here. Maybe you could
Right?
shake a box. I don't know how much energy she would have at this point, but
Well, she was a feisty one, her. Oh,
chair.
and that would be the rocking chair I walked into. Because I'm smart like tractor. And that was not the sound I heard. It wasn't a crack. It came from there.
Yeah, because that's someone walking upstairs.
Mhm. Yeah, that was not a crack. Your hallway gives me the heebies too.
Please don't mind the mess. That's my boarder's dresser. Open with it. This is nothing of hers. This was my daughter's over here. This is my boarder's over here. This came from my daughter's new apartment over here. I do have pictures. Actually, I'm fibbing. These are pictures from her house.
Mm-hmm.
Laundry baskets from her house,
See,
so I'm fibbing.
Don't get the chills in here like I do in this room. Daryl hacking up a lung again.
It's my hubby.
And it's not even because of the fact that air conditioning's on and it's cooler in here. You just get like someone just ran a finger down my spine.
The energy's definitely different.
It is totally different.
I mean, I stood in the
Like
kitchen.
my hair is standing up again every time I come in here.
I
like
stood
literally.
in the kitchen for 2 hours today, and I didn't feel any kind of anything out of the ordinary. But every time I sit in the living room, it's just thick. It's there.
So that's upstairs.
Yeah, that's somebody walking again.
That is not what I heard. I heard it back there. Alrighty. Alrighty, well, I guess we can go back up and we'll have to play this back and see if the spirit box caught anything. So, say it, Louise.
Peace out. Stay wicked.